Hello, Beez Bladers. Welcome back and welcome newcomers to the channel. I am so excited. Did I just say excited? What am I, a chicken? Oh, okay. No dad jokes. I'm excited. Oh boy, here we go. This is the new petrified fish Havrog. I just recently did a video on this one. If you want to see what this one's all about, see what I think about it, and see what it looks like taken apart, you can go check out my video after we watch this one. Now let's get in here. As always, I gotta say thank you to my channel members, thank you subscribers, and thank you patrons. You're all absolutely freaking amazing. And I can't wait to get in to see this one. Comes with a nice microfiber cloth and, you know, inserty thing, and a nice, whatchamacallit, you know, soft and so soft. And ooh, now, I've showed you all the Trivisia 04. The Lynx 04. This is the Lynx 03. And this has got some, this has, Grammar Police, some primo material. Oh, yes, look at this. Quality control, baby. And it passed. Hey, unlike my grades. Just kidding. Ooh, mama, would you look at that? Would you look at it? Just look at it. Oh, titanium going on. Titanium for the thumb stud. And a fancy thumb stud. Whoa, check that out. It's like a little pyramid, kind of not a pyramid. What do you call that? 1, 2, 3, 4 sides, something gone. Oh my gosh, would you look at this? Titanium or pivot collar, titanium pocket clip. And it has some nice, I think it's S35 VN blade steel. Just gonna slow myself down, slow down, give you a little bit of texture vision before I get all ahead of myself. Oh my goodness. And oh yes, it has texture for days. Now the center is kind of a fine texture and the edges are a rougher texture, as it would indicate by looking at it. It feels very nice, very tactile. And there's the Trivisia symbol. And going all the way around, you have a backspacer. What is that? I think the backspacer is the same stuff. Is that G10? I think that's G10. Yeah, that's G10 and G10 backspacer. And it's very smooth, no rough edges. The sides right here, the edges are chamfered. They're not sharp. That's going to be a good thing. All right, you ready to see this blade? Pow, right in the kisser. Oh, look at that. Ooh, that'll reach out and touch someone. Pokey. Ooh, all right, I'm getting ahead of myself. We'll get into the ergos, action, and all that good stuff. We're going to take it apart, see what it looks like on the inside. First, let's go up and down the blade and see what it looks like. Getting all nice and close. Look at those grind lines. Ooh, and it's a full flat grind. Check that out. It has a little swedge action going on up here. Oh, mama, look at that point. It is pointy. Very nice and clean. Love that. Love that thumb stud. That is sweet. We'll see how well it works here in just a minute. Ooh, some jimping. I'm excited about this one. Oh, mama. And what do we have on this side? S35 VN, baby. That's what I'm talking about. So the thumb stud is on one side. And is it reversible? It looks like it may be. Maybe. We'll find out. Tell you what, let's get the specs in less than 60 seconds. Let's guess the weight real quick. You know, boy, it's kind of feeling like the Manix 2. I'm going to go with 4.9. And it is. 4.75 ounces. I went over. Ready, go. So from tip to tip, we're 8.44 inches. You have a reverse Tonto blade with S35 VN blade steel, a satin finish, and your total blade length and sharpened blade length is 3.59 inches. Your blade width right here is 0.94 inches. You're 141 thousandths of an inch for your blade stock thickness, and behind the edge from that flat grind, 16 thousandths of an inch. Your handle material is G10, and closed from tip to tip, you're 4.86 inches. Your handle width right here is 0.92 inches, and at the widest point, you're 1.29 inches. Your handle thickness is 0.58 inches. You have a thumb stub and a you have a stud and a flipper for opening, ceramic bearings. That's a liner lock, non-reversible pocket clip, and it has T8 body screws. How about that? The designer is Steve Chang, and at the time of this video, these run about $109, and currently, right now, if you're seeing this right after this posted, there's a 5% coupon off of that. Let's check out this edge. Ooh, yeah. Oh, mama, it is Sharp! Yes, very sharp. Are we centered? Yes, and look at that nice grind. You can tell right there from the tip, and that's a nice looking tip too. Nice looking tip. And whoo, boy, is it very tippy. Let's see how solid it is. Nothing left or right, nothing up or down. Nice and solid. And what's our lockup? Lockup is right there in the middle. It is solid, baby. And how is it in and out of the pocket? Ooh, boy, it is very snappy on the edge. It is not coming out of your pocket. So it's probably a good thing that it's not as rough in the center as it is out here. I mean, it's not super rough. It has really good texture, but it's better off that it's a little smooth right dead center, because that way you're not going to tear up your pockets. And whoo, boy, look at that. Here is the thickness right next to the QSP Penguin, so it is definitely wider. You're going to have more of a purchase going on. I'm going to put it up next to some. You guys know the drill. Let's do some quick size comparison. Here's the Spyderco Paramilitary 2 and the Spyderco Tenacious. Then we got the tried and true QSP Penguin and the new Petrified Fish Havrog. If you haven't checked this one out, which you probably haven't, go check out my video after this video. Next, we have the Civivi Relic and the KIZER Horn. You know, I always want to say this is one of my favorites, but they're all one of my favorites for the most part. Here's the Rake P841L and the Sativian ST103. This is definitely one of my favorites. If you want something a little bigger than a penguin, yeah. But look at this. That gives you an idea. This is a full-size knife without a doubt. And last but not least, the one that I showed you earlier, this is the Trivisia 04, the Lynx 04. Oh, I love those pointy blades. They're so good for utility work. I mean, you're not going to be prying nails out of boards with them or anything, but I mean, gosh, there's so many good uses for a pointy knife. So now, if you got this one when it came out, check that baby out. All right, let's check out the action and the ergos. You ready? Push button. Pow, right in the kisser. And this thing is so smooth. I cannot feel the bearings at all. So easy to operate. And check out the jimping. This jimping is money. It grabs my skin. You're not going to have any misses. Oh, yeah. That's the stuff. Ooh. Let's take a quick look before I forget. This jimping, that is money. Oh, they absolutely nailed the jimping. I can already tell. I would rather it be out farther. I'm already going to know that. Let's try with the left hand. Oh, yeah. Pass through is absolutely fantastic. It is easy with my left hand. Easy with my right hand. Oh, yeah. Check that out. I don't have to dig my fingers in. Don't have to use my fingernails. Super nice. It's just right. Just the right amount. I love it. That is very comfortable. And you know, I just want to flip this one. But on this side, you're not going to have a thumb stud. This side, you are. And just to give you a quick look, because I know I forget some of these things, there's your pyramid style, and I really like that. It feels good. It's not sharp. It grabs the skin just right. How about the ergos? My hand from here to here is 4 inches. From here to here is 3.5. From the bottom of my palm to the tip of my middle finger is 7.25. Let's see what it feels like. Oh, yeah. Nice neutral handle. I'm trying not to get too excited. Giving it the old bees squeeze. There are no hot spots at all. It is comfortable. If you're doing some slicing, oh man. And this is definitely a pokey one. Look at that tip. Just the tip. And man, it just boop. So obviously, you're not going to do prying. You're not supposed to pry with your knife anyway. Let's go ahead and take it apart and we'll come back for final thoughts. All right, let's get in it to win it. Where's my T8? So thank you all for being here. I hope you're having a fantastic day. And if you're drinking your coffee or having your tea in the morning, tea with bees, coffee with bees, I hope you're having a fantastic morning. And there's your pivot screw. Doesn't look like it has anything on it. No thread locker going on. And I don't use thread locker unless I have to. So, okay. We're skipping, so let me take a look here. Do I have to go from the other side? It is not wanting to budge. All right, I switched to my stubby. Definitely get you one of these. And if this doesn't work, I'm going to have to probably apply some heat to it. So I'm going to get a good grip on it, and I'm going to push and pay attention. Whoo, there we go. Oh, yeah, definitely. If you get a click or two, don't mess around. Don't play around. Pay attention to what you're doing. You do not want to strip a screw. So it was just really in there. And you know, I think it was just really tight. Oh, and something else. I put the pivot back in too. And sometimes putting the pivot back in will help give it some pressure. I put the pivot back in, and then I got the stubby. And I didn't have it recording, but, you know, that's the way it goes sometimes. But, whoo, all right, let's see how this one goes. And I probably should have left that pivot in since I had so much pressure, but I'm going to pay attention. There we go. Whoo, mama. I had a little scare there. You know, it's bound to happen. We're approaching, what, 100 disassemblies? And so far, we have not stripped a screw. So it's a perfect time for me to tell you, if you ever have trouble like that, I've used very hot tap water, let it get as hot as it will, and let it run over the screws. Sometimes that'll loosen it. But, you know, worst case scenario, if you have some really tough thread locker, you can get it's like a soldering gun or what do you call it, for woodworking, and just hold it to the screw just for like 2 or 3 seconds is all it takes to help release it. But look at that. Very nice looking bearings. It's nice and clean. Just have some looby-doob on the inside. Very nice. So you can see right here we have a track, and that track is what the inside, or the outside rather, is facing it. This is how it was in there. So that's the way we're going to put it back. And you know what? It's nice. I always want to say simple design, but it really is more like a clean design. You know, it's nice and not simple, but I don't know. What's the word I'm looking for? What is the word? Now, this is definitely a fingerprinty one. So, as long as you keep a hank with you, and this, I just have some alcohol on this. And, whoo, boy, that made me nervous there for a minute. But, you know, like I said, perfect opportunity to when you do the screws, when you undo the screws, and get you a Weehaw bit set. That way you have tough bits that aren't going to let go. And then it's a good idea to have a couple extra too. But if you have Weehaw, you're not going to strip them. I stripped cheap ones. I bought, I don't know how many, 3 or 4 or 5 cheap sets before I finally broke down and got the Weehaw set that everyone was telling me to get. And look at that. We have a D-shaped pivot, baby, which is going to go into that D-shape down there. And I'm just going to take this pivot out real quick and clean it if I can get it out. Oh, almost lost my pivot collar. Can't lose your collar. Don't lose your cool, man. All right, so there's your pivot. Nice and clean. And, man, that pivot collar is very sexy. It's dead sexy. All right, let's put this dude back in here. It doesn't really matter at the moment. And, boy, it has tight tolerances. Mama. I'm just cleaning this all off real good. There we go. Make sure I don't have any cruddy dud in there before I put in some looby-doob. And make sure everything is nice and clean. Yeah, there you go. So there's your knife. And if you wanted to change the pocket clip, this is where you unscrew the pocket clip, and those look like T6s. Of course, they hid some T6s in there, but everything else is T8s. So I'm going to get some KPL Heavy, and I remember this time. Thank you very much. And this is KPL Heavy. I have links to KPL, which is Knife Pivot Lube, KPL, White Mountain Knives, a bunch of different discount codes, a bunch of different places, maintenance supplies that I use. All that stuff is in the description of every video. Every knife that you saw in this video, and I'm just putting a thin little bitty strip around there. But every knife that you saw in this video, it's all in there. So, thank you very much, everyone that supports the channel, all the channel members and the subscribers and you patrons. And the patrons and the channel members, they do get a little special stuff now and then. And you never know when that's going to pop up. And, of course, I'm going to tell you again, July 1st, you don't want to miss. I'm telling you, July 1st is going to be our 4th of July, I don't know, celebration, extravaganza. I don't know what to call it. But it is going to be something else. It's going to be epic. And I really appreciate all of you saying hi and telling me, you know, how your day's going. And we've all become a family. It is just fantastic how friendly everyone is. And, you know, I always take this opportunity during the disassemblies to bring that up. This right here, by the way, is your stop pin, which might as well clean it off. Why not? What the hey? And And the stop pin's going to go in this hole right here. If I can see it without doing it on the camera. And so far, nothing's rolled away from me. And this blade is sharp. I'm being very careful with it. Put that dude back on there. And then putting this dude on here. Did I lube? I always like to put a little extra on there. Not a lot. I don't like it dripping off. And you don't have to use these swabbies. I just prefer to because it's fun and I enjoy it. And that's the thing about the knife collecting. You know, sometimes I'll get comments saying this or that, or you don't need this, or you don't need that. Well, this is my journey. This is what I enjoy. And, you know, I came for the knives and stay for the people. The people are what makes knife collecting so much more fun. Now, see, you have the flat part right there. I'm going to line that flat part with that flat part. That part with that part. And then see if everything else clicks into place. And it looks like it's clicking into place. Yes, nice. Very nice. So, other than that little bit of scare that we had, let's see, how does our pivot go? Pivot goes like that. This has been a good disassembly. And I'm glad I had my stubby. Aren't you glad you have a stubby? Or are you not like me and you don't have a stubby? But these, I mean, you'll hear so many knife people talk about having this. It's rubbery. It gives you a really good grip, and you can put pressure this way and do it slow. And if it doesn't give, take a breath and retrace your steps. Like, what should I do? You don't have to have a big fancy driver. I mean, they're fun to have, ones that spin, like the one that I opened with. But, you know, I went back to the old safety, good old Weehaw stubby. Sometimes you have a knife with a bunch of screws, and it's nice to have the spinny ones, the fancy ones. But, whew, when you want to grip and you don't want to strip something, you're not messing around, definitely. And get you a Weehaw bit set. That way you get the good bits. You got to have the good bits. All right, so how we feel? Wow, it is rock solid, and I probably have it too tight. Let's see, we are pretty centered, probably because I have it too tight. Let me loosen it up just a tad here. Are we still tight? Oh man, yeah, I had it over tightened, so I'm just going to loosen it up just a little bit. Okay, it feels good. And are we centered? Yes, we are centered. And we're back to the big screen. So, the Trivisia Lynx 03. What do I think about it? Well, it is fantastic. I mean, it is better than I thought it was going to be. You never know until you get it in hand. But, man, the ergos are just so comfortable. I'm not gripping hard. I'm just holding it normal in the classic grip. And look at that. The thumb, the jimping is fantastic. I like my jimping out a little bit farther, but this jimping just grabs the skin. It is a fantastic feel. I have a great purchase on it. I love utility cutters. I'll be able to utility cut all day long with this one. See how it kind of has a little bit of poon going on right there? You gotta love that poon. But yeah, I mean, it's gonna be pokey, stabby. It's a great grip in any way you want to hold it. I really like it. I think it is definitely worth with the discounts, like $103. I think it's definitely worth it for the materials, a little bit of titanium, some fanciness. I like it. I'm curious, what do you guys and gals think about it? Do you like it? If you're indifferent or don't really care, that's fine. Tell me what you had for breakfast. Just say something in the comments. Tell everyone hello. Tell everyone to have a good day. You know, this community is awesome. Until I see you again or talk to you in the comments or see you in the chats, remember, live life in the present, keep a Band-Aid handy, and don't cut yourself.